Morning, Daryl. Got the first video? It's 3 o'clock in the morning. A few hours from now, I got a doctor's appointment on Zoom. It's the 6th of March 2024. Barely alive, barely awake, and zombie out here that we were trying to see at Roseman, California. Your video. The last one this morning here, talking about this one schmuck. Oh, come on. What the hell was NBC doing out there in South Carolina? Did they really think they were going to get away with that kind of crap? Oh, I'm a man, I don't like this woman over here because she... And I'm not going to complete that one here. But because of the differences between the man and the woman, and the woman should be followed by Trump. The gist of it. And I love the other articles that you posted into your description there. That was cool. That was cool. And one of those we can honestly agree to. Actually, a lot of them we can agree to for the women. Because it's important for me to understand it too. "75 greatest women of all time" in the Esquire magazine. Well, that's pretty decent right there. And then you got biography. Lucille Ball. Maya Angelou. Goodness. Queen Elizabeth. That's a lady that commands respect right there. Rosa Parks. Amelia Earhart. Jill Kwan. I'm not quite sure about Halle Berry, but okay. I'm sorry, I'm not going to take away that achievement or anything else like that. Amelia Earhart. North Hollywood, California. Oh, yeah, I'm going to do this to you. I'm going to do this to you. "Welcome to the lesson, kind sir." Oh, God, he's groaning again. Did you hear that? "Open your chapter books to the maps of..." They'll see me here. "And contemplate the two words, North Hollywood / California." Did I say 2 words? And fortunately for me, I'm getting more and more adept at using this thing without it dragging its butt. "I will take you to the land of North Hollywood, California. For in such an area of the San Fernando Valley, there is a plot along a street that one must understand. One must be appalled. You will do this, yeah, like that one there. Okay. What am I looking at? The Hollywood Freeway 170, because this park is right next to the damn thing. Their church I know of is in the general facility of this park. Nice green area that they have over here between Burbank, stretching all the way down to Riverside. So, if you look at the 170 freeway, I've shown the area for you so many damn times, I might as well walk you through this thing. But this park stretches a long way along the freeway, ending at nearly the corner of, what the hell was it? Camarillo? Not Camarillo. Maybe it's Camarillo. Oh, it's Riverside, damn it. Here we go, Riverside Drive. And the street going up and down, that would be not Magnolia. Magnolia is usually or something else. this. Sometimes I get a little sick and tired sometimes. Navigation up here. Nice. Tahunga. It's pronounced Tahunga, not Tajunga. I've heard people use the name Tajunga. And natives out there are restless every time somebody keeps screwing that damn thing up left and right. So, on the corner, Tajunga. I'm slapping me on that one there, dude. Okay. Magnolia goes east to west. Tahunga goes north and south. Cross-reference street here. So, on the northwest corner of Magnolia and Tahunga, there is a park with a statue of Amelia Earhart, native out here in California. And looking at a certain portion of the area where there are stories about her on that one. I wish I knew more about it. But just looking at portions of the San Fernando Valley that was part of her home. A very famous explorer in aviation. And she disappeared into infamy. Actually, she disappeared into the Pacific. The statue is on the corner. And while I looked at this place, I've been past it for so many years. I've heard about it so many damn times, I just wasn't quite sure what the hell they were talking about. And it's been too damn long since I've been in this place. Way, way too long. There she is. There she is. Alright. I'm trying to get my bearings because this place has changed so much that I hadn't been out to Tahunga and Magnolia in a hell of a long while. So the photography that they've got on here is dated a few years ago. September. So I'm trying to get my bearings where the hell I am. I know the park extends, but I just hadn't been there in a hell of a long while. Yeah, I've been there in a hell of a long while. Being away from home, dude. And I had called the valley my home. It didn't matter which particular location or which particular community I moved from. It was still home. Being out there and away for around almost 20 years. I knew the place was changing. Even while I was getting older and older. I had known that other places shut down. Eateries, stores, all neighborhoods changed up and back. It just hurts. I'm scrolling through the area again. Changes that places I've been to that had to go through changes. Sometimes we didn't have a choice. It was just all home. Yeah, sorry. Feeling out of place and nostalgic. And there goes the Beetlejuice in my head concerning about, oh, something similar to this. I mean, look at this valley. It used to be home, dude. I would navigate major streets like crazy and feel like I knew where the hell I was half the time. The minor streets, shit, I could spend 2 or 3 lifetimes to get, individual places. But in the general gist, I knew how to navigate my way across the damn valley, one way or another. Lived here long enough. So, that means something to me, it does. Getting back to the political crap. Yeah, because it pisses me off. What about it pisses me off? Well, I think dealing with conservative evangelists out here in Southern California, they still think Trump is the greatest thing since white bread. And what he believes in, all this racist, messianic crap going on. Couldn't deal with it. There's this one guy out there who I've got marked. Once in a while, sometimes I'll find amusement in his stories. But this one he comes across is concerning about a church that still exists out there in the San Fernando Valley. The one video I came across was MAGA pastor makes absurd and offensive claims. Grace Community Church. When I was living out in the San Fernando Valley, there were by Van Nuys and Sherman Way. Lived in that area, but they also had another campus somewhere out by Roscoe, I think. They had a couple of campuses out there. They spread out throughout the place. If I'm not mistaken, oh, good Lord. Oh, he's going to haunt me. He's going to haunt me on this one. That's Darch. Okay. I'm going to Google search again for this place. Okay. I think they had two campuses before I left the San Fernando Valley. Very close, very conservative. Those hockey dogs, it's crazy. There was this one famous singer. I'm trying to remember his name in this face. I'm going to put you on pause while I tear my brain cells apart on this one. Sorry about that, Daryl. You ever heard of the name Pat Boone? Scratching your head? No, you've heard of him. Okay. I came across this guy several times when my brother and I would cross paths with the Grace Community Church. And they said it would be in Sun Valley. Well, I was like, man, that's Sun Valley. The thing is with Grace Church, they had a couple of campuses before. One out at Van Nuys, Panorama City area. Van Nuys and Sherman Way. And Pat Boone would be in that place. He would be going there on a constant basis. I guess somehow he fell out of grace on this one because there was an article written about him a few years back. It was a decade ago. I don't know what his major situation was, why he get bounced around from one place to another place. Let me see the contract with this one. Put that pause again. I gotta research. Okay, what's a Grace Community? Church on the Way. The places are almost indistinguishable with each other. He'd been there for a hell of a long while. I remember him doing the commercials on the 70s or 80s. He was doing something about the Hoffy dogs. Hoffy hot dogs. Still in commercials on that one. But yeah, I kept seeing him at the church. There was one particular church that he had an issue with. Disenfranchised him. But he's still part of the religious aspect. decade ago, so I don't know what the hell happened. I lost track of it. For Grace is one of those churches out there that evangelicals out there. I hadn't been in this particular place. This was on, Roscoe Boulevard. Now I know where the hell the damn place is. Apparently there's a pastor over there who's very controversial. John MacArthur. This one gets ugly. Now the schmuck. Oh, that one. I'm not talking about the pastor. I'm talking about the Tennessee Brando. He's searching for stuff like this, and apparently on some of the church videos that they produce, this one caught Brando like crazy, and it's like a constant attack at this point over here, because some of the remarks are similar to what Trumps and Trumplicans would say. How can you be in a church and be that against other people? Yeah, there's one place I recommend, Westboro Baptist Church. They got tossed out of the Baptist community. So it was basically a cult. And I remember for the past 2 or 3 decades, they'd pop their heads every once in a while just to piss people off, just to tell them that they're there. And they get laughed out of town. One time he even tried to protest a high school went after him. Student body. They surrounded the protesters. Like at 10 or 15 to 1. Yeah, they're out there already. So besides the absurd claims out there, your stuff reminded me of that crap. I know you're trying to do a different point of view of what this was. And yes, you do get your own point of view regarding it. After I looked at the damn thing and I kept asking myself, why the hell did NBC pick on this particular topic? I don't know. I still think it was inappropriate for NBC to do that particular run. I do. It's going to be that gross about it. So I think that they slipped. You caught their slip on this one. You're trying to tell people that, look at this, look at that, look at it, look at what this asshole's doing here. I'm thinking to myself, no, I'm not following that one. I'm not dealing with this one. I listened to what you said, but I also had to do the research of what they were talking about. It was a good thing that you pointed out concerning about women being put into different viewpoints. One of which being barefoot, pregnant, and just living at home, and that's bad. That's all they're good for is. And we know better than that. I know you hope that your mother would have been a little bit more supportive regarding liberals, regarding being awoke. My mother, definitely woke. She'd be definitely pissed off. But she wouldn't be attacking people left and right. She'd keep her own opinions to herself. We'd have conversations at home when she was growing up. I'd listen to all the damn conservative stuff that they had back in the 70s, early 80s, and 90s. So it was when you were a kid. You listen to different various programs. You don't understand what the hell they are until you get some context, either in school or you're listening to the context being displayed. And then you listen to all these viewpoints. I didn't know what to make of it, but Mom and I had discussions about it growing up as a kid. Besides her going for British television all the time, watching some of that stuff, so did I. Doctor Who fan. But I had to understand a few things. So I was learning about it. I was watching. McLaughlin. The most conservative group that you'd ever see, they actually did go into banter left and right, but they weren't attacking each other personally, just at the viewpoints and going after each other with vehemence. But at the end, it didn't seem like they were trying to kill each other. Or trying to say, I condemn you for something like this. No, that's another evangelist going crazy at that point. Or, no, actually, I've seen some of the evangelists on it back in the 80s saying, please, please, dear brethren of the television, I beseech thee, I need money from you to continue my course of ministry. Girl, please, I need your money. You must give me the money, please. Give me the money. I will build you a better church in the name of all that's holy and glory and everything else I cannot put on the screen at this point over here. Please, I beseech thee, give me all the money and I will build edifices and amusement parks and scandals and fine women and song. What the hell am I saying? No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. You couldn't quote me on that one. But give me the money, please. You must give me the money, please. Now, if you want to go crazy on this one here, what was that? The Dark Crystal cartoon back in the 90s on this one? Skeksis and some other guys. Slow-moving creatures, and then you got these winged, baked Skeksis. There's one character called Chamberlain going, please, Gelfling, please. I watched this damn thing back in the days. I'm like, what the hell is going on, dude? Jim Henson helped make this damn creation of hell. I still laugh sometimes when I do that Skeksis thing because it was so crazy that Chamberlain wants power. He wants to control these Skeksis and live. Please. I just suck the life out of these white people over here to make me more better than our chief leader here. I must get rid of him. Oh God, watching this movie was freaking me out, I swear. But I got it. Whoa, I gotta put this on NBC. Hang on.
They're talking to him. I was wishing Dr. Brzezinski could be there because those two.
Haley's out.
They had incredible conversations.
Nick Haley's out. Nikki Haley's out.
Be having incredible conversations. I mean, but there's no doubt Donald Trump is in a different universe than Joe Biden.
Well, Joe Biden knows who he's running against. You read that article, that's the other thing. You never hear
By the way, Joe Biden. I throw the ball to you. You swooped in on the shortstop. Took it on your face. I know. I was ready. I was in position. I got it.
Ah, shut up. Come on, come on.
This is my revenge tour. I only go. No.
I need to know. I need to hear. I'm here.
Yeah, even when we started the cycle, really we modeled it. It was almost.
See, okay, she's going to be talking about 7 o'clock, 10 o'clock on your end, 7 on my end. So.
Always going to be not consider Trump. They were not going to vote for Donald Trump in the primary caucus cycle. There was another third.
Oh my God, she's out.
The real meat of the debate was the middle third, which was consider Trump and others. They had voted, supported him in the past, but weren't open to another candidate. That's where we tried to get in on the DeSantis side of the battle. It was a really hard lane, but as the Tim Scotts of the world and others started to drop out, Nikki grew in that never consider Trump universe. So, unfortunately for her, it wasn't a pro-Haley universe. It was just a universe of folks that, to the governor's point, were dissatisfied with Donald Trump. We're not going to support him across the board. And she fit that model. That doesn't translate into the future very well, I think.
David, what would you say to, I mean, her argument here at the end of the campaign trail is that Donald Trump is a loser. And, like, that's borne out in the data that we've seen. So 2020, the 2022 midterms, I mean, there are all sorts of 2 Georgia Senate races, right, that are now held by, Democrats. Like, there is, obviously, a head-to-head general election matchup between Trump and Biden is a different question. And from Joe Biden's perspective, it's compared to the alternative, not the almighty. I get that, but I still don't see how the Republican Party ends up being, the evidence contradicts the claim that the Republican Party can be a majority party in the U.S. with the circumstances being what they are right now.
Well, it's very hard to make the an argument that Donald Trump is a loser after a night like last night. And I know that's
I don't think
counterintuitive.
anyone's saying that he isn't a primary, for sure, but the primary elected is very different from the country.
It is, but even if you look at the data from the New York Times polling this past weekend, I mean, 28% of Democrats are very enthusiastic about Joe Biden. 23%, 48% of Republicans are. And so, if you're talking about, looking forward into November, Joe Biden's the one that has a real base problem right now. I mean, with minority voters, with men, and maybe he'll do exceedingly well in the suburbs today.
I don't know how we get that. I mean, listen, Joe Biden doesn't have a base problem. Joe Biden has a very loud minority that oppose certain policies, particularly that in Gaza. That does not equate to Joe Biden having a base problem. The fact is, if you go back and look at last night's Super Tuesday, you compare it side by side with Barack Obama. Joe Biden out.
We're gonna take about an hour and a half nap, I hope.
This whole
Get back up and
it's weird how the narrative.
holy.